We've got a marquee matchup in USL League One on a beautiful night from the Evergreen State. It's a battle of the top two teams in the league, and Carlos Marancio, he's been the anchor for #1 Spokane, blanking opponents left and right. And on the other side for Charlotte, Matt Levy, his save-making abilities propelled the #2 Independence to new heights. USL After Dark comes to you live from Spokane, Washington. Velocity FC welcome the Charlotte Independence to town. It's set to be one of the best contests this year. Whoever wins the match will have sole control of the league's top spot. Josh Lill bringing you all the action this evening from the Pacific Northwest. Now, taking a look at Spokane, they don't play around. They want to throw the first punch, and they've been very successful when getting on the board first. They're unbeaten when doing so. Now, those leads, they've been held by an excellent defense set up by Coach Lee Wiedemann. You've got Carlos Marancio, who's been clinical in the net, and he's been backed by excellent defenders in David Garcia, Marcelo Lage, and Cameron Miller. Taking a look at the visitors, Swaybu Maru and Christian Cheney, all eyes will be on the forwards this evening. This could be the next duo that takes Charlotte to the next level, and even possibly a trophy. Between the two players, they've got 9 goals this year. Now, the Independents, they're just one of 2 teams in the league that have 2 players that have at least scored 4 goals on the season. They've also got a well-seasoned back line that's provided cushion for this new forward pairing. Now, Lee Wiedemann told us we've got to stop them in transition. When you look at Maru and Cheney, they're quick in the open field, dangerous in the box, and better yet, excellent finishers at the net, as you can see there from Swaybu Maru. It very well could be a preview of a match to come this November, but that's what it's all about when #1 takes on #2. Can Velocity FC continue their 8-match unbeaten streak in league play? Or will the Independents play spoiler and take their place atop the league table? Don't go anywhere. Starters up next.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too, for part 2 of their inaugural season. You could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Today's match is brought to you by River Park Square, featuring a curated mix of local and national shops, restaurants, and entertainment options, all in one central downtown location. Velocity FC and the Charlotte Independents taking to the pitch. But before we hit to kickoff, Let's take a look at the starting lineup, sponsored by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. For Velocity FC, Carlos Morancio, a Player of the Month nominee for May, making his 11th league start of the year. Marcelo Lage joins the starting ranks, second consecutive league match getting a start. Denton and Lewis are in those pivot roles. Masango Akale making his 5th overall start on the year. Luis Heel and Ishjom line up behind Nico Brett. Anwar Pelaez is in squad but not starting, and Brett notably scored over 80 goals in his time in the USL Championship. Over to the visitors, Matt Levy coming off of a shutout against South Georgia Tormenta FC. It's an unchanged backline for Mike Jeffries. Christopher Jaime making his first start for Charlotte. Recorded 5 goals and 5 assists in his time with LAFC 2 in MLS Next Pro, and even made a playoff start just a year ago. Omar Sis and Bashir Njai start beside him, and Swebu Maru, Christian Cheney, and Rafael Jauregui make up that front line for the visitors. Charlotte in their navy blue kits with beige letters and numbers. And Spokane in their home whites with impact blue letters and numbers. For Velocity FC, Lee Wiedemann, 20 wins in his time as the Spokane head coach. Looking to return back to the league championship in November. It's a sunny 82 degrees, the wind blowing 9 miles an hour to the northeast. It's a picturesque evening for some footy. Charlotte own the all-time series. 2 wins in the 2024 campaign, all coming in USL League One play. Spokane looking to make a little bit of history here this evening. And it will look different with Nico Brett atop the formation. And as we mentioned, Anwar Pelaez not in the starting lineup this evening. Luis Heel, the captain, standing over the ball, awaiting kickoff. And we are underway from One Spokane Stadium in Spokane, Washington. Josh Lill with you this evening, bringing you all the league action. And taking a look at our keys to the game presented by Ford for Spokane. They've got to limit transition. We talked about it in pregame. Christian Cheney and Swebu Maru, they bring a lot of speed in the open field, and even without Alfredo Mirense and Luis Alvarez, they still pose a threat in that area. For Charlotte, well, stay simple this evening. As Spokane, not only are they compact in that central column, but they're also very good in 1v1 situations on the outside flanks. Those are your keys to the game, presented by Ford. Tonight's injury report is brought to you by Kinetic Chiropractic, a modern approach to chiropractic care. Siobhan John Brown unavailable for Spokane as he is on duty with the Granada national team. And for Charlotte, Mike DeShields unavailable for the Independents here tonight. And that's your injury report brought to you by Kinetic Chiropractic, a modern approach to chiropractic care. Spokane coming off of a scoreless draw against AV Alta on the road. They picked up a victory there earlier in the season. Lee Wiedemann was telling us in the days leading up to the match, a lot of what played into not coming away with a goal was the lack of finishing chances. Spokane had a few great looks and were unable to find the back of the net. Ended up having that 5-game win streak snapped. Nonetheless, still unbeaten for their last 8 in the league. Head inside, crossed on the byline. Headed away by Njai. Kept in, and Njai triple teamed. Akale with the takeaway. Driving on Sis and right to the hands of Levy. Only chance for Spokane, and the keeper for the Independents. Standing strong inside the first 5 minutes. For Charlotte, it was a quick 5 minutes. Last time out in their win against South Georgia Tormenta FC. Christian Cheney netting what would end up being the game-winning goal in the 5th minute. That one coming from the spot. Chance crossed in. It goes wide. Great look from Cheney and company. Tried to beat his record from last week. And that is where Christian Cheney is ever so dangerous, like we talked about. Getting to the front of the net. Forcing Morancio to make a split second decision rather. There's Lee Wiedman. Done an excellent job with Spokane this year. The community rallying around the club. After a dazzling campaign in 2024. Charlotte having scored 16 goals in their last 6 league matches. Continuing to put back lines of various clubs on ice. Mike Jeffries and staff. Well, the departures of Alfredo Midense and Luis Alvarez can be tough for a club. You know, you're happy to see them make that step to the USL Championship, but they are unfazed. There's Spokane, heel with the cross. Backside looking for Joe. Sorensen with a great display of defense. One thing that's been the rock for Charlotte this season is the consistency of their back line, night in and night out. Sorensen, Romero, Spielman, and Dimick take the amount of years they have behind them. When you combine that with the amount of matches they played together, there's some real chemistry taking place. As it looks like Christian Cheney is down. And checking his head, Captain Clay Dimick over to check on the forward. Yeah, and Cheney right on the backside of David Garcia. Cheney getting the worst of it. Head injuries are not taken lightly. So getting looked on, checked on by his captain. Seems good to go with Jeffries. And Cheney eager to enter back into the match. Opera to Lewis. Centering to Denton. Carving his way around the defense. Try to give and go with Waldeck. He's denied. Here's Jome cutting inside right to the hands of Levy. Levy with good positioning. But that type of shot from Miss Jome is exactly what Lee Wiedemann wants to see. Says that's when he's at his best. He's cutting inside to his left. And taking a shot with his left foot. For all the League One fans out there, if you got a chance to watch Spokane last year, a lot of times you would see Ish Jome in at that wingback spot. Well, his natural position is when he's actually playing as a winger here tonight. And with the hefty amount of recruiting that Lee Wiedemann and company did heading into the inaugural season, not a lot of spots were available. Zakala can't handle. So Jome got the opportunity to play as a wingback. And here tonight in his natural position, trying to test Mike Jeffries' defense. Jeffries with 52 wins in his second stint with the Charlotte Independents. Lodge filling in for Cameron Miller. Miller picking up that red card against Richmond back in the middle of May. David Garcia given some space. Charlotte trying to bait him. Outside to Jome. Here's Waldeck. Aggressive switch by Denton. A little overzealous. And that's way ahead of Lucky Oprah. Scan now, and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you Caruso's, The Burger Doc, Flat Stick Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. Charlotte owning the all-time series. The last time these two teams got together, it was in late July of last year in league play. The Independents, the visitors then, coming away with a 4-2 victory. Only kept alive by Oprah. Sorensen recovers and plays it off of Luis Heel. Excellent challenge by Sorensen. Not afraid to go up against Oprah. And you need that from your outside backs if you're going to make those challenges in the area or at the edge of the area. Your players have to be confident. Sorensen showing composure. Nice through ball. Oprah cutting inside, and a diving Levy corrals the ball. Seems as if he's had 3 times the amount of touches Carlos Marancio's had. Great creation there from Lucky Oprah on an excellent defender in Sorensen. Back to the team's last meeting. Masanga Okale is actually the only goal scorer from that match that is playing here today. You might be able to consider Gabriel Oberton as well, as he's now an assistant coach for the Independents. Scored in that match as well. The USL on CBS Sports Network kicks off the summer with a June 18th League One matchup. Forward Madison FC takes on newcomer Westchester SC at 8 p.m. Eastern. Catch all the action on the CBS Sports Network on Wednesday, June 18th. Inside, Levy playing a little bit of center field inside the first 20 minutes. Putting a new meaning to that Golden Glove award. Denton with an aggressive challenge from behind. Not given the benefit of the doubt. And Charlotte will reset. Spokane playing very aggressive. We haven't seen too much sustained possession in the attacking half for Charlotte. Christian Cheney not being given any breathing room. Everybody stepping to the ball. Nico Brett with the trap. Romero threading the needle. Cheney at the arc. It's been an excellent stretch as of late for Spokane. In their last 8 matches going 6-0-2. Outscoring opponents 15-4. They've recorded double-digit tackles on 7 different occasions in that run. So you look at the scoring output. It's matching the defensive intensity of this velocity side. Jaime tugged down. Almost at the exact spot of the previous foul. Here's Clay Dimmick. Mike Jeffries loves to get him involved in the action. So dangerous with a little space on that right flank. Jaime. Sis. And Cheney trying to work around Derek Waldeck. The 6'2 forward just overpowering the 5'8 Waldeck. Good positioning there by Derek Waldeck, not giving Cheney any opportunity to touch that ball inside the box. That's called doing your homework. Excellent takeaway by Bashir and Jai. Here's Hauregi. Crossing to the backside. Sis with a rocket. So the play starts with Hauregi. And Sis, ever so dangerous at the edge of the area. Whether he's got control of the ball or it's on the bounce, you have to put a body on him. Otherwise, he might get an even better look than what you just saw. Garcia looking to play the long ball up to Brett. On time. Poked away by the combination of Romero and Spielman. Sorensen with a lofted pass. David Garcia. Looked like he took Christian Cheney to the ground. No call from our head official. We play on. Joan. He's heel over to Waldeck. Out swinging ball. Clears the byline. Windermere Foundation is thrilled to welcome our Charity of the Month. It's more than a home, it's a way to give back. Please visit our site at www.windermerefoundation.com. Somehow that pass got through. Nifty switch over to Dimmick. Backside to Cheney. One-timer! An A-plus finish by Christian Cheney off of an excellent pass from Clay Dimmick. There's been so much success and turnaround this year with the Charlotte Independents, and it's all started with that man, Christian Cheney, on a roll. And better yet, he has now tied Garrett McLaughlin for second all-time in USL League One with 31 goals. An unbelievable feat for Christian Cheney. That goal coming in the 20th minute. And we harped on it in the pregame. Whether it's him or Swaybu Maru, you have to find them inside the 18-yard box. Waldeck trying to answer. And out for a goal kick. Waldeck frustrated. Excellent defense there by Chris Jaime. Nice catch there by a fan in the stands. Not a position Spokane see themselves in too often. Often found themselves taking results in dominating fashion. Here's Heel. But plenty of time in the match. And for Charlotte, they're gonna have to keep their foot on the gas pedal if they want to come away with 3 points out of Spokane. The Spokane crowd continues to be loud in the midst of the Charlotte lead. A high press here, led by Luis Heel and Nico Brett. Reggie give and go with Cheney. This is exactly how the first goal set up. Looking to repeat. And Maru is nearly found inside the 6. Charlotte love working on that right side. It's as if it's their sweet spot. Finding those connecting points to their forwards. Garcia back to Morancio. Other than that goal, has not seen too much of the ball compared to his counterpart, Matt Levy, here tonight. Looking to Oprah. Lewis corrals the ball. Joe working through that central column, dribbling, firing. Watch out to one of the ball boys there. Here's Jones showing creativity, but currently down on the pitch. And surrounded here, getting through two defenders. And somehow firing that ball between Dimmick and Spielman. Joe appearing to walk it off. And Levy with the heave. Sorensen taking his time. Back to Spielman. Dimmick, the captain, back to Spielman. Spokane controlling most of the ball right now. 54%. Charlotte being more effective in their usage. With the ball at their feet. That left side has performed very valiant up to this point. Oprah sneaking through. Kale with the recovery. Swung around. Oprah inside. Romero with the deflection. Finds Akale. Denton standing over it. Spokane working in close quarters. Attempting to spread it out. Lewis swarmed by Bashir and Jai. Excellent defense. Jones smothered. Nowhere to go. Has no choice but to reset with the center backs. Denton trying to pick out that perfect pass. Seems so with Waldeck backside. And headed back. Velocity FC not afraid to take their time. They know all about pressure. Ended up winning that match against Richmond. Down a man. Picking up a red card in the 13th minute. And finally netting the game-winning goal late in the first half. Lee Wiebman and company not afraid of it, a little bit of pressure. Sliding challenge. Eventual takeaway by Masango Okale. Just one shot on target for either club. Velocity FC have spent much of their time getting the ball entered into the penalty area. Nearly double in penalty area entries. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Detroit City FC face off against Miami FC on June 21st at 4 p.m. Eastern. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Romero back to Levy. Constant pressure up to this point as we near the half-hour mark. And it's forcing moments like that. Forced errors. Here you can see it's official. Christian Cheney tied for second all-time with Garrett McLaughlin in career USL League One goals. So congrats to Cheney and the Charlotte Independents on that incredible feat. Kale battling with Dimmick, going quickly, trying to catch Charlotte off guard. Here's Denton. Forced turnover there. Does work out for Spokane as they regain possession. Elite Minds, unlock your mind, unlock your game. Visit our website today. Lucky Oprah with already 5 crosses to this point in the match. As Denton skies that one above Matt Levy. Both sides trying to operate from that right flank. But for that man, Mike Jeffries, his club having a little more success. And Jeffries, no matter what moves are going on with the roster, what else is happening in the league, finding ways to win every single week. Doing so in an impressive fashion. Jaime. Sorensen looking for Swaybu Maru. Given that opportunity. Denton with pace. No slams on the brakes. Dancing around the defense. Not wanting to concede the ball. Joan. Out for a corner kick. And Joan, standing much taller than Sorensen, ends up being double teamed, giving Spokane their first opportunity from the corner spot. No surprise here, Derek Waldeck is set to take this ICCU corner kick. Waldeck looking to level up this match. The officiating crew making sure there's not too much extracurricular contact going on inside the penalty area. Lift off from Waldeck. That ball had some heat on it. Trickles his way back out to Andre Lewis. Waldeck with in swing. Back to Lewis. Little deja vu. Here's Joe. Heel thought about a shot. Trying to work around Omar Sis. The defender getting the better of that matchup. Cycled around. Cully with some ground. Has that shot blocked. And that pass too heavy for Cheney to handle. Lumberbeard Brewery is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue. Open 7 days a week. Given over to Romero. Charlotte not having numbers, forcing to play a little more patiently, allowing everyone else to play catch up. Cutting horizontally, Hauregi. That shot popped up. Cheney unable to win a position battle for the ball. And it will go with Spokane. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Sorensen out wide. Maru back to Romero. Now Regi. Tiptoeing his way. Aggressive play from Dimmick pays off. Stays within Jai. Jaime. When you look at those overlapping runs by Clay Dimmick, Charlotte loves to switch it up, whether it is overlapping or underlapping. Constantly finding ways to try to trick the defense. It's a roster with so much speed. And making those plays is a luxury. Just over the half-hour mark. Christian Cheney responsible for the lone goal here this evening. Spokane have been quieted. Just one shot on target, but 5 total shots. And owning nearly 60% of the ball. Jome not quick enough to get a touch in front of Levy. Levy excellent this year, coming in with a save percentage of 71, recording 3 shutouts and making 29 saves. Getting 1 start last year on decision day. Or judgment day, for that matter of fact. Getting the shutout against Richmond and carrying over his success in that start into the 2025 campaign. And such a big reason this team has had the success that they've had so far. Here's Brett. Heel with moves on Romero. And defended well. 19-year-old not afraid to take on the Spokane captain. Off of Joe. Awkward clear. And here's Sis. Sorensen playing the long ball up to Cheney. Had to cut back to stay onside. Hauregi working toward the byline. It's deflected by Garcia. And Javier Romero down right now for the Independents. And what a veteran group. He's so lucky to play around. And Nick Spielman, Anton Sorensen, and Clay Dimmick. It looked like Ish Jom might have collided with the youngster there in the backfield. He's made 7 starts in USL 1 this year. Lee Wiedemann talking with his veteran center back, David Garcia. Trying to figure out a way to dismantle Charlotte. But the Independents have done everything right up to this point as we near the 40-minute mark. Spokane are at times a lockdown team defensively in that central column of the pitch. So what do you have to do? You have to beat them one-on-one on the flanks. And to give credit where credit is due, Clay Dimmick and Christopher Jaime. Jaime making his first league start with the Charlotte Independents this year. Have been nothing short of stellar here this evening. And challenging that left side. Spokane scored 5 goals in the final 15 minutes of the first half in league play this year. So this is friendly territory for the hosts. And this will go out for a corner kick. Corner kicks tonight are sponsored by ICCU, your financial success fan club. To the right of Levy will be Luis Gil to take the set piece. Thin swing. Nice job of Charlotte to come together to prevent a clear opportunity. Denton out to Waldeck. Oprah's been their best option in terms of crossing the ball in. But as of late, Anton Sorensen hasn't given him the chance. Denton trying to use his momentum. And it will go the way of the visitors. Battling with Omar Sis. And Mike Jeffries could very well have one of the best two-way players in all of USL League One in Omar Sis. You think about the scoring threat that he is, nifty dribbler, his hounding defense. What a complete player. Sent in, Luis Heel beats Levy. Charlotte have to play it safe and send that one awry. Cheney in open space. And there was a Meg on Marcelo Lage. And somehow Carlos Morancio ended up being tested off of the wicked footwork by Christian Cheney. See Joe Denton trying to split that middle part of the formation in half. Just not having any luck with it. Maru has that one tapped away. Spokane content with working at their own pace as we near stoppage time. Lewis has to watch his back. Cheney's right there. Nifty dribble around Jack Denton. Cheney's still going. Awaiting reinforcements. Not going to get them right away. Stoppage time has been announced, 2 minutes. And this half stoppage time is presented by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort and Hotel. It's been a clean first half. Just 2 total shots on target. One for Charlotte, resulting in the goal. Spokane very active in the penalty area. His first 20 to 25 minutes. But Anton Sorensen has taken Lucky Oprah out of this match. Not literally, figuratively. Relying on Ish Joe. Trying to keep this alive. It might have gone out past the byline, and it did. So late in the first half, a corner kick opportunity for Spokane. And this is the ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. Waldeck to the thunderous sounds of the Spokane faithful. With an arm raise, sends it in, and Levy collects. And the halftime whistle sounds. And the first 45 minutes of play are up. The visitors, Charlotte Independence, have come into One Spokane Stadium and lead Velocity FC 1-0 after the first half of play, courtesy of that man, Christian Cheney. Carlos Morancio tested a whole bunch, conceding on one of the few opportunities he's seen the ball tonight. Looking for a bounce-back performance in the second half. A cut-and-dry first half for the most part. Excellent defense on display. But a goal by Christian Cheney gives the Independents the lead. And right now in position to go atop the league table. We'll be back with league highlights and more up next.
It's true that a Windermere agent's client decided to experiment with power washing their deck a day before the house was supposed to go on the market. It's true that he may have accidentally destroyed said deck. Now, you might wonder, how did that deck get torn out, replaced, and stained in one day, in time for the listing to go live the next morning? We'll never tell.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Today's match is brought to you by River Park Square, featuring a curated mix of local and national shops, restaurants, and entertainment options, all in one central downtown location. Book your stay today at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Taking a look at Team of the Week from match week 14 in USL League One, Rashid Nuhu, the keeper for Union Omaha, named Player of the Week, has a league record, career record for 41 shutouts, also making 6 saves against Madison in a 1-0 victory. Adrian Forbes, named Coach of the Week, has led Texoma to a club-best 4-match unbeaten streak, and it's their first time Texoma has been above the playoff line. Carson Henderlong with a joint league-high 6 goals this year, and Christian Cheney was then tied third all-time with Jake Keegan in League One goals, obviously after the first half today. Now tied second. And Chelo Martinez with a match-winning strike from the center circle that made it on Sports Center yet again. Well, let's take a look at highlights from the previous match week. Portland Hearts of Pine heading to the state of Tennessee, and it was Azad Liadi getting Portland on the board quickly inside the 5th minute of play. Portland Hearts of Pine coming out to an early lead, then Chattanooga getting right back to work. And it would be Declan Waters who would even up the score, making it a 1-1 match. Such a gritty environment to play in the city of Chattanooga. And that wasn't it for the Red Wolves. Pedro Hernandez would record the game-winning goal, securing the win for Chattanooga, putting them 4th in the league table. Over to the state of Virginia, Texoma FC taking on the Kickers, and Josh Kirkland with a statement in the 7th minute, giving the Kickers the lead here on this incredible finish. But Texoma, they've been on a roll. Teddy Baker would have a quick response to Kirkland's goal, evening up the match. Then Solomon Asante would secure the win, making it 3 in a row in league play for Texoma. Up to the state of New York, Westchester hosting Knoxville. A couple of red cards in this one, but it would be Prince Sadie giving the home side the lead early on in the second half. Westchester feeling good, but then one Knox after the celebrations would come back here on a penalty. And who better to take it from the spot than Kempis Tequila? The match would finish even at 1 apiece. Westchester's been winless in league play since March 29th. Charlotte Independence heading over to South Georgia Tormenta FC. The first league match for the Independents without Luis Alvarez. But it wouldn't be a problem. Christian Cheney give Charlotte the early lead here on this penalty kick. But then we wouldn't see much scoring action until stoppage time in the second half. It'd be Fabrice Nga to put the match away, and that would move Charlotte into second position in the league table. And forward Madison, the latest to fall victim to a USL League One Sports Center goal. Chelo Martinez with the heave from across the field and connects on a gem. It'll be the first win in all competitions for Union Omaha since April 15th against San Antonio in the US Open Cup. Greenville Triumph SC hosting FC Naples, the high-flying newcomers on the road against one of the league semifinalists from just a year ago, and it's Carson Henderlong continuing his excellent rookie campaign with an opening goal. Then veteran Leo Castro would even things up for Greenville, and that would be all she wrote. The second 1-1 finish on the match week. And last but not least, a rematch from earlier this year. Spokane Velocity trying to go down to the AV Alta squad and snag another 3 points from Alta. They were unsuccessful. Brian Claben's squad shut out the table toppers, making it a scoreless draw.
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help.
Take a load off it. Take a load for free.
Today we went to the beach and it was
Put the load right on me.
totally worth it. Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
Oh my goodness! Forward Madison finds the equalizer late!
It's inside, bang! Out in front, Westchester.
How does Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water keep you in the game? We always source our water directly from the natural spring to fuel every body, no matter how you like to move it. So whether you're chasing your goals or just staying active this summer, make sure to stay hydrated with Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Always bottled at the natural spring source.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way.
Focus!
Fight back with Tiger Bomb's legendary herbal power.
Whatever it takes.
Trusted for over 100 years. Tiger Bomb's proven herbal blend tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger so that you can rise above pain.
Let's make a Karate Kid.
And get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Today's match is brought to you by River Park Square. Charlotte Independence leading Spokane Velocity FC on the road 1-0, courtesy of Christian Cheney, the veteran, hitting the only goal of the first half. Scan now, and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, The Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. Let's take a look at news and notes from around the USL. So starting with Luis Alvarez, sold from the Charlotte Independence to the Tampa Bay Rowdies of the USL Championship, and it ended up being a record-breaking transfer fee. In terms of Bobby Murphy, well, named your USL League One Coach of the Month, leading Hearts of Pine to an unbeaten month of May. And Trinidad and Tobago in USL League One, with Denzel Smith, Natty James, and Noah Powder all being called up to the national team for the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule from around the league, Union Omaha hosting Greenville Triumph in a rematch of one of the semifinals from last year's playoffs. FC Naples will host Chattanooga Red Wolves SC. Those two met up in the season opener, with that one being a draw. Spokane Velocity will host Forward Madison on Saturday night, and another rematch of the other semifinal from last year's playoffs. One Knox is set to welcome the Kickers to town. Texoma FC trying to win their 4th consecutive league match against Tormenta and stay above the playoff line. And then Hearts of Pine will host Union Omaha on Sunday. But that's not just it. Charlotte Independence will also host the Greenville Triumph on Sunday. And then to cap things off, Westchester SC will host AV Alta. And the upcoming schedule is brought to you by River Park Square. Taking a look now, these are the live standings. So if Charlotte is to hold this result or come away with a victory, they will jump into that top spot in league play. Spokane would sit in 2nd. And the 3 expansion sides in Texoma, Naples, and AV Alta all above the playoff line. And Chattanooga Red Wolves continuing to fight week in and week out. Sitting in 4th, have that excellent opportunity to jump Naples later this week. And Omaha and Madison, they're starting to work their way toward the playoff line after tough starts. And up next, we will have highlights and stats for you, so stick with us.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too, for part 2 of their inaugural season. You could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
It's true that a Windermere agent's client decided to experiment with power washing their deck a day before the house was supposed to go on the market. It's true that he may have accidentally destroyed said deck. Now, you might wonder, how did that deck get torn out, replaced, and stained in one day, in time for the listing to go live the next morning? We'll never tell.
Just moments away from the final 45 minutes of play between Spokane and Charlotte, but let's take a look at halftime highlights presented by River Park Square. So starting off, Spokane putting pressure on here early. Masango Akali testing Matt Levy, and that would not be the last time he would see the ball. Akali company continuing to just put balls right at Levy. And in the 20th minute, Clay Dimmick with an excellent opportunity to cross. Looked like it was deflected and finds Christian Cheney. He is now tied for 2nd all-time in career League One goals with Garrett McLaughlin sitting at 31. So Charlotte Independence with the 1-0 lead. Spokane leading total shots 5-4, but each side with just 1 shot on target to show. Now Velocity FC, they've owned the ball, 60% of it. Just 3 corners for the home side, none for the visitors. It's been a clean game, no cards and no offsides. Charlotte Independence looking to keep a stranglehold on this series. They already lead at 2-0 and take the top of the league table. Can they do it in the next 45 minutes? Stay tuned and you will find out. Josh Lill again bringing you all the action from the Pacific Northwest. Christian Cheney responsible for the lone Charlotte goal. Tugged inside. And a dangerous opportunity for Nico Brett. Javier Romero having none of it. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue. Open 7 days a week. Spokane have dominated the final third. In terms of entries, they lead that category 44-24. It's a defense. And other than the one mistake with Cheney, done very well this evening. Placing constant pressure on the backliners for Charlotte. Romero with space. Inside to Njai. And dispossessed there by Lucky Oprah. But the battle ensues. It's kept in. Oprah. Cross deflected by Sorensen. The left side of the back line has been locked down here this evening. Both sides with aggressive switches here this evening. Not afraid to stretch out the defense. Cheney. Over to Sorensen. Charlotte undefeated in all competitions. Playing with a lead at halftime. 3-0, considering the league, Jägermeister Cup, and the US Open Cup. A 5-2 road record. The stats appear to be on their side. Spokane will try to challenge that. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. That goal scored by Charlotte. Just the second first half goal that Spokane has conceded all year. Here's Joe. And Levy winning the body position battle. Concedes a corner kick, but not willing to give Joe an opportunity with space. Courageous move there from Levy to move right up onto Joe. Maintains that lead. This corner kick is presented to you by ICCU. Here's Waldeck. Touchdown, bounced around. Spokane wanted a handball. Levy working with pace up to Hauregi. Doesn't get a touch. but it definitely gives everyone an idea of the pace that Charlotte wants to play with here in this second half. Trying to catch Spokane off guard and double their lead. Nice pass through. Here's Heel. And Luis Heel, in the face of multiple defenders, not afraid to work through. Here's a look at that corner kick. And then Heel right between Spielman and Romero. A guy like Luis Heel, so dangerous at every spot on the pitch. Had that goal in the playoffs last year. All League One first team just a year ago. And 11 goals, just 3 this year in league play. But he's done a lot of the things that don't appear on the stat sheet. Like drawing defenders and finding the moving players, just like there. Oprah. This offense circulates with Luis Heel. He was marked by a couple of defenders. Taken down at the edge of the area. And in transition come the independents. Up to Maru. Unable to beat Morancio to the ball. Here's Akale. Trying to catch the defense lacking. Header inside! And with wicked intent, the captain strikes. Spokane needed somebody to step up here tonight. And who else but the heartbeat of this team? Places a header off the feet from Masango Akale. And what a gem there from Luis Heel. Spokane never go down without a fight. Refusing to give in to the pressure that Charlotte has put on here early. Goal number 4 in league play this year for Heel, number 6 in all competitions. Transition comes Spokane. Here's Denton. To Akale, had the magic last time out. And Akale will take block shot. Here's Joe. Over the head of Akale. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you Caruso's, The Burger Doc, Flat Stick Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. Sorensen looking for Maru. And Garcia will watch that one trickle past the byline. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. all on Sirius XM-FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. It was a rare occasion tonight. Of the 10 league matches heading into this evening, Spokane had struck first 6 times, as Brett was the intended target. But even in the face of adversity, it's a side that refuses to give up. Fabrice and Ga set to come in for Christopher Jaime. And Ga with the nail in the coffin. Last time out against South Georgia Tormenta FC. And when you need an offensive lift, no better man on the back line to input than Nga. Well, for now, Spokane will maintain. And with the announcer's jinx, give it away. Masango Okale officially credited with the assist on the Luis Gil goal. That's his first goal contribution of the year. And his first since that quarterfinal against Northern Colorado last November. Oprah battling with Nga. They won't come away with that small victory. Velocity fans, get match ready with the latest Velocity merchandise. Shop online or in the team store at the Davenport Grand Hotel in Spokane. As we near the hour mark, a big shift atop the league table is on the line. Right now, Spokane would maintain their top spot heading into the weekend. But a victory for Charlotte would propel them into first. To the corner, and back with the Independents. Charlotte have not been atop the league table this year. Looking to make that a first. And it's a team, a well-oiled machine. Could be poised for another run deep in November, trying to replicate the 2023 campaign. And tonight's a great test for both clubs. And you want to see what you're made of. You're still in the early stages of the 2025 season. But when you get two of the league's juggernauts battling it out on the pitch, it's really where you can get the best out of your players. Spokane doing so without Anwar Pelaez in the starting lineup. Charlotte doing so without Alvarez and Midense. Cheney. Taken away by Waldeck. Okale with room to run. The defense finally catching up. Both teams tough to break down in the middle. Having to work outside. Even a promising entry. Shut down so quickly there by Maru and Cheney. Three shots on target now for Spokane. Still just one for Charlotte. Independence player is down. Officiating crew checking on Bashir and Jai. Calling for the training staff on the pitch. On a hot night in Spokane, sometimes it can be a little tough on the legs. 82 degrees at kickoff. It's cooled to 72. Former Charlotte Independence, Gabriel Oberton. Former man for the Independence just a year ago. They're checking on Bashir and Jai. And the rest of the bench. What an excellent resume player to have on your coaching staff. Jean Baquero seems to be putting his kid on. Likely to see a substitution. And drop ball off the Njai injury. And Spokane will take. Just past the hour mark. Even here at One Spokane Stadium in Spokane, Washington. Josh Lill bringing you all the League One action this evening. This is the only match in USL 1 today. Plenty more to come this weekend, as we highlighted in our halftime. But to just name a few on the weekdays here this week, Union Omaha set to host Greenville tomorrow night, and then on Friday, One Knox will welcome Richmond to Knoxville, Tennessee. Here's Oprah. Trying to spark some late magic here. Inside. Here's Heel. Another great chance, and just over the bar. Dangerous territory for Spokane. They've scored 4 goals in this middle third of the second half. Could see more of that here this evening. Oprah. Pressured by Maru and turned over. Cheney excellent in his hold-up game. Able to let the players catch up. And another injury for Charlotte. David Garcia and Jack Denton calling for an explanation, as it looks like it was Bashir and Jai again. And Denton catching much of the legs of Bashir and Jai. I hope the best for Njai. A couple of tough sequences for the midfielder. Substitutions here for Charlotte. Juan David Moreno coming in for Rafael Jauregui. There's John Baquero in for Bashir and Jai. And Juan David Moreno recording an assist last match on the closing goal for Charlotte by Fabrice Nga. It's the first time in all competitions that Juan David Moreno has gotten on the stat sheet. John Baquero coming in with 2 goals and 2 assists in all competitions this year. Two players who have been pivotal subs for Mike Jeffries and the coaching staff this year. That's one thing these clubs have in common, is the ability to go to well-versed subs. As Brett to keep it in right to the chest of Spielman, given away by the Independents. But you look at Charlotte, not only can they go to Baquero, Juan David Moreno, but with the recent signings of Pedro Fonseca, a former starter for South Georgia Tormenta, and Trezer Mbuyu, 2-time club leading scorer for Charlotte. We have a lot of options, and then looking at the back line, Fabrice Nga. Tonight, Christopher Jaime making his first start. So if you bring him off the bench, he's played valuable minutes. Depth is dangerous, especially in soccer. You don't want to mess with it. Spokane has it too. And we might see it here shortly. Elite Minds, unlock your mind, unlock your game. Visit our website today. Got pressured. Joe taking it, taking candy from a baby. Here's Luis Gil, shot block. With the byline, Oprah, it'll be a tough keep. Deflects it off of Nga. We've got an ICCU corner kick. Energy here in Spokane. It's their club making a necessary improvement, just 2 corner kicks. Last time out against Davy Alta. Today, they've improved much more in that category. Corner kick number 6. Trying to find magic. Swinger. There's the entire backside. And the substitutions will be waved on. Luis Gil, Nico Brett. Jack Denton coming out. Anwar Pelaez, a joint leading goal scorer in the league, checking in, along with Colin Fernandez and Neil Vinyals. And this is what you talk about with depth now for Spokane. Vinyals, one of the best to ever put on the Richmond Kicker uniform. Brett able to start in place of Pelaez. How you bring in such a talented scorer. Vinyals looking to complement the other 10 here this evening. Helps to top that press with Anwar Pelaez. He's finding ways to close it on the ball. But they'll have to shut down the speed of Charlotte here as we're over the 70th minute. Here's Cheney. Playing it safe with Baquero. Out wide to Nga. Back to Fernandez. Play here on the far side. Here's Akale. Charlotte putting bodies on the line to keep this match even for now. Marcis connecting with Nga. Vinyals and Pelaez trying to sniff out that first pass. At times a high noon standoff with the center backs. They'll play with Christian Cheney. This one's out for another corner kick. Presented to you by ICCU, your financial success fan club. Talk about the struggle of corner kicks last week for Spokane. Equally the same for Charlotte, just one against Tormenta. Just their second this evening. Baquero to take without swing. Cleared down, Dimmick pops it up to Marancio. Carlos Marancio settling into the match. Bit of an awkward situation. Just tested once. Everything else going wide. For Marancio, sometimes it's nice just to get your hands on the ball. Just to gain a little bit of rhythm. As that one caught out of the air by Levy. To the sounds of the support section. Charlotte trying to find their own beat to march to. Spokane fans have other thoughts. Nice move inside. Battling. Second chance rebound. Handled well by Marancio. David Moreno trying to work around Derek Waldeck. Waldeck, a veteran. Never so smart in his defending. Making sure not to create any extra contact. Draw the penalty. Or concede it, for that matter of fact. But that's what's been the most fun to watch today. Just the one-on-one battles on the outside. Oprah versus Sorensen. Waldeck holding down his part of the line. This is dangerous territory for Charlotte. They've had a lot of success late in matches. In the final 15 minutes of play in the second half, they've recorded 5 goals. That's most in the league. So an excellent opportunity. Well-known territory for Mike Jeffries. At one point, came back from being down multiple goals, back-to-back matches against Texoma and Westchester. The Westchester match, notably, Swaybu Maru recorded a perfect hat trick. Caro to the left, looking for Spielman. Trying to volley it to one of his teammates. Unsuccessful. Can Charlotte regain their ground? As Jome has other thoughts and muscles his way past Javan Romero. Pelaez to Jome in tight quarters, playing it safe, back to David Garcia. Akale, as Waldeck streaking ahead of him, trying to cut the pitch in half. Fernandez with a slow roller out to Jome. Loses it momentarily on his own accord. And recovered by Lucky Oprah and Colin Fernandez. Into Oprah on the byline, tough keep. And hits the side netting. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue, open 7 days a week. Levy with the deep send. Takes a friendly bounce. Here's Swaybu Maru battling for position. And Cheney unable to control. Those are the little things that Swaybu Maru does so well. In an opportunity where you think there's a heavy touch and he might not have the greatest chance of controlling, somehow, some way, uses his body positioning to work his way into a clean touch. First place on the line in USL League One. A couple of wicked offensive chances tonight that have resulted in goals. But some gritty defense has made this one heck of a match to take part in. East Jome will check out of the match. And it's Marky Hernandez, the former Northern Colorado man, set to come on in just his 3rd League One appearance this year. Coming into this match, 2 appearances for a total of 5 minutes, so he'll get his most USL League One minutes of the year. He's the all-time leader in matches played for Northern Colorado with 90. 3rd in career goals with Northern Colorado with 17. And 4th with 10 assists. Those occurring in all competitions. So a well-versed scorer, leader. And Hernandez, very much familiar with Spokane, as they ended Northern Colorado's season a year ago. But tonight, Hernandez will get his most minutes, and he's taken part in league play this year. Maru triple team. Marcelo Lage, Lucky Oprah, and David Garcia got the message loud and clear. Don't let Maru touch the ball. Cheney Maru giving Garcia a little bit of space. That's exactly what they wanted. And here, takeaway by the 5'11" forward. Stays with the hosts. And Fernandez over aggressive. It's out for a goal kick. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Substitutions for Charlotte, excuse me. Pedro Fonseca coming onto the match. Fonseca appearing in 1 minute. Last time out for Charlotte. Now it's cloudy all of a sudden in one Spokane stadium. Smoke descending upon one Spokane stadium. You have to imagine this can't be fun for the players to play in. Charlotte taking their time, trying to pick out the right pass. Sis, and draws a foul. Book your stay today at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Back to Fonseca. Great chance, stopped by Morancio. Fonseca having an immediate impact as we're under 10 minutes until stoppage time. Corner kick chance late. Presented to you by ICCU, your financial success fan club. Low and on the ground, found Cheney momentarily, and sent back to Sis. Pelaya's trying to create some late match magic. Vaquero having none of it. Right near the scorer's table. Charlotte have come from so many different scenarios this year. Multiple goals down, putting together comeback victories, results even at half. Tonight a challenging one on the road. As Vignals cornered and it's taken away. Spokane throwing bodies to keep this build alive. Vignals. Give and go with Oprah. A little too late to the ball. And God wins that battle. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Fonseca. Excellent challenge from behind by Lucky Oprah. Keeping the play alive. Proves to be promising for Spokane. Velocity FC trying to complete the comeback. Charlotte looking to take sole possession of first. Right now both clubs at a deadlock. Marky Hernandez over to Vignals. Here is Hernandez. Fighting past Nga. The one-on-one battles have gone all the way. The Charlotte left back. Nga refusing to give in. Proving why he is such a crucial substitution to have on a contending club. Here's Oprah. Andre Lewis. Over to Colin Fernandez. Akale, nifty moves. Still alive. Switching it to Lewis. Headed up and over the crossbar. That one looked good from the start. In and out move by Akale, put Sorensen on the ground. Lewis's best move there. Try and head it. Looks like Levy would have been there for the save. What a good job of the midfielder. At least put a challenge on the net. Cheney wide side. Looking for Moreno. Very far off from that. Spokane will have a chance to counter. Oprah. Deflected out. So a couple of scenarios tonight that Spokane hasn't seen too much this year. Just their second first half goal conceded. They also haven't trailed much this year. Garcia. Trying to put a ribbon on this match. Over to Waldeck. Not giving any room. Back to Garcia. Charlotte holding off the forwards. Cutting inside. On the byline. Hernandez twisting and finding over to Oprah. And out of play. Corner kick here for Spokane. Hernandez over for this ICCU corner kick. And falsely, it's actually Derek Waldeck. If you include the loss Spokane had to Naples, they've been down 3 times this year. They've completed comeback victory against Westchester. Not having to do so too much, as that one's wide. 3 minutes of stoppage time have been announced. And it's presented by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort and Hotel. So just one Comeback victory on this year. In league play, this will be number 2 for Spokane. Lewis with the last bit of energy. Trying to will his team to victory. Here's Oprah. Hernandez to Fernandez. Inside that header. And it nearly found Pelaez. Playing the long ball way over the head of Cheney. And Spokane will retain. Roughly 90 seconds left of stoppage time. Pending the final whistle, of course. Here's Oprah. Great crossing chance, but cannot keep it in play. We've seen passes tonight for lucky Oprah. Right idea, but just a little too much heat on those feeds. And Oprah's shaken up after taking an awkward fall. Training staff on to look at him. We hope he's okay. Trying to stretch out here in the final moments. Go to the far side. Poked away. Here's Akale. Dangerous pass to Vinyals. Nearly had it taken away. On David Moreno in the corner. And it's out for a Charlotte corner kick. So in the final moments of the match, Charlotte with an excellent opportunity on this ICCU corner kick to travel back to the east with 3 points. Baquero standing over the ball. And they'll have Cheney stand over this one. Baquero working his time into the box, taking his time to head toward that area. Speaking with Christian Cheney. There's lucky Oprah. He is coming out of the match. Cameron Miller in for the final moments here tonight. Tough moment for Oprah, taking an awkward tumble on a crossing attempt on the byline. Cameron Riller, usually an everyday starter. In for a crucial couple of moments here. Baquero within swing. That one lofted. Mauricio telling his guys to back up. And now Christian Cheney goes down. And that is the final whistle. A valiant effort by the Charlotte Independents. They come into Spokane, Washington, and draw even with Spokane Velocity FC. Handshakes between Lee Wiedemann and Mike Jeffries. Two of the league's best. Drawing even. This final score is brought to you by River Park Square. And looking at our play of the match, brought to you by Modella, the mark of a fighter. So here it is for Spokane. Masongo Akale lofting this ball in and finding the captain, Luis Heel. And this would recover the points, or the point for Spokane this evening. Again, your final score, 1-1. And this play of the match is presented by Modelo. We'll be back with more halftime or full-time highlights in stats. Again, Spokane drawing even at 1 apiece with the Charlotte Independents. Stay tuned. We'll wrap this up here in a few moments.
De vez en cuando, todos queremos soltarnos. Solo necesitamos un poco de ayuda. Conozca Un Poco de Ayuda. El Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition 2024. Pasa por cualquier terreno para que puedas darlo todo. Obtén una gran oferta en una Bronco Sport hoy mismo. Arrienda una Bronco Sport Wild Edition por $339 al mes por 36 meses o cómpralo con 3.9 por 36 y obtén $2,000 de bono Wild.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too, for part 2 of their inaugural season. You could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
Full-time highlights are brought to you by River Park Square, featuring your curated mix of local and national shops, restaurants, and entertainment options, all in one central downtown location. Opening goal there for the Charlotte Independents. Off of the feet of Clay Dimmick, finding Christian Cheney, now tied for second in career League One goals with 31 alongside Garrett McLaughlin. And in the 54th minute, it be Spokane striking back. Masango Akale with his first goal contribution on the year, finding the captain, Luis Gil, and just freezing Matt Levy on that header. That would be all she wrote. A 1-1 draw to finish up the night here at One Spokane Stadium. Taking a look at final stats, also brought to you by River Park Square. 12-7 Spokane-led shots, as well as 3-2 on target. Velocity FC, they controlled most of the ball by 62%. Both sides combined for 3 corner kicks in their last match, 9 here today, so improvements from both sides in that fast set. Just 1 offsides and no bookings this evening, so fairly clean matchup from the best in the league tonight. Number 1 and number 2 got together this evening to do the tango. Charlotte and Spokane did not disappoint, putting together a gem of a match. 1-1 your final. Again, thank you to our entire production crew for making this possible. I've been Josh Lill. Have a great night. Spokane and Charlotte tie at 1 apiece.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.